Welcome students, welcome to Accountancy Point where we study the various accounting concepts for class 11 and 12. Children, today I have come with a new concept, a new chapter called retirement or death of a partner. In this chapter, first of all, we will begin our discussion with the new profit sharing ratio and gaining ratio, and then we will continue with the other videos. But before going to that, let us understand what is a retirement of a partner, why does a partner retire, and many more questions. So first of all, let us answer about these questions and then we will move ahead with the solution and calculation of new PSR and gaining ratio. So this is my video number 25 where we will be discussing about the new PSR and gaining ratio in case of retirement or death of a partner. Children, both these chapters are very much interrelated and that is why we are studying these two chapters together. Although first of all we will discuss about the concepts of retirement and then we'll continue with the concepts of death. But most of the things in both the chapters are very much common. So before let us begin our discussion for the retirement, first of all let us understand what is retirement. So when one or more partners leave the firm, it is called retirement of a partner. He has the right to retire from the firm because partnership is a voluntary association and it is very much declared by the Partnership Act 1932 that any partner can admit and retire from the firm. There is no restrictions on the arrival or leaving of a partner. So he has the right to retire. Now the question is, why will a partner retire? There can be a lot many reasons behind. Let us take some of them. There may be a personal reason behind it. The partner who wants to retire, he may retire because he may have a better prospect. He may think that if he goes and joins another partnership firm, he will be able to earn a better profit. Or he may also think that he has become too old now to continue as a partner, so he may want to leave the partnership firm. The other reason might be that he might have been declared insolvent by the court. So if a partner becomes insolvent, he will have to retire or he is removed. He is not eligible legally to remain as a partner. Similarly, if he has become of unsound mind, in that case also he is not legally valid to remain as a partner. When the next reason may be that one of the partners, the partner who has been retiring, may have been found doing some act which is against the benefit of the firm. So if he is engaged or indulged in any such activity which is against the firm, he may be asked to leave the partnership firm. Or he may not be in a position to continue the agreement due to any other reason. Now, let us understand what happens when the partner retires. When a partner retires, obviously there will be a new partnership deed made by the continuing partners. Children, remember, when a partner retires, firm does not come to an end. There is no reconstitution of the firm. There is a reconstitution of partnership. So, there is a new partnership deed made amongst the continuing partners. New profit sharing ratio will have to be decided, obviously. There will be new gaining ratio because when an old partner or one of the continuing partners will retire, the rest of the partners will be benefited. You may understand as if there are three partners A, B and C who are sharing profits and losses in the ratio 3:2:1. If C decides to retire, so what will happen? The share of C will be taken over by A and B. They will be getting this benefit. For example, if 150 rupees is the profit, so this was to be distributed earlier between A and B and C in the ratio 3:2:1. So this was the profit which was earned by them. Now when C has retired, the same profit will be distributed only between A and B. So in that case, you may say that, sorry, A and C. So in this case you see that A, earlier he was getting 75, now he is getting 100. Earlier he was getting 25, now he's getting 50. So in this case, both the continuing partners are gaining because of the retirement of an old partner. It is not always necessary that the continuing partners will gain, but in most of the situations this happens, that due to the retirement of a partner, the continuing partners are gaining. So we find out the gaining ratio because on the basis of the gaining ratio also there are lot many changes which take place in the firm. Capitals may be readjusted by the continuing partners. This is up to them. If they want, they can, otherwise it's not needed. Continuing partners will have to compensate the retiring partner in goodwill and profit of the firm. Now, when partner retires, he is entitled to the following. First, he has to get his capital as per the last balance sheet date. Suppose if he is retiring on 1st June 2017, so the previous balance sheet date will be 31st March 2017. So whatever was the balance of capital being shown by the balance sheet on this particular date, he is supposed to get it on the date when he is retiring. Besides the balance of the capital, he is also entitled to a lot many other things, like he must get a share in the goodwill of the firm. Why? Because the goodwill has been generated by the common effort of all the partners. Suppose if there are 3 partners, so all these 3 partners have worked over the years, and because of that the reputation and the goodwill of the firm has been built. So when one of the partners will retire, he will be compensated by the amount, by his own share, by the partners continuing, by the gaining partners. That means it has to be paid to the retiring partner in the gaining ratio. Similarly, he must get a share in reserves and surplus in the old PSR. Similarly, share in the accumulated profits or losses of the firm, that will be also in the old PSR. Share in profits or loss on revaluation of assets and liabilities, this will be also distributed in the old PSR, because all the partners have been a part of these all things. He may, as a retiring partner, he may get a share in the profit if he retires or dies during the year. Suppose the balance sheet date is 31st March 2017 and the partner decides to retire on 1st October 2017. That means April, May, June, July, August, September. So 6 months he has already worked in the firm. So during these 6 months, the firm would have earned a profit or a loss. Whatever may be the case, if the firm has earned a profit during these 6 months, so he must get a share out of it. If the firm has earned a loss, so he must get a share in the loss of the firm. Or he may also get a share in the surrender value of joint life policy. Joint life policy has been removed from the portion. That is why we are not going to discuss about this, but the rest of the things we will discuss. Now children, we are going to see how to calculate the new profit sharing ratio and gaining ratio in case of retirement of a partner. This is one of the conditions, first condition which I have taken. When A, B, C and D are 4 partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio 4:3:2:1, we are asked to calculate new PSR and gaining ratio if A retires, then if B retires, then if C retires, and then if D retires. So children, we will be, what we have been provided with is, we are provided with, I am talking about A. So in this condition, first of all we will write the old PSR. In this question children, you are provided with the old PSR only, there is no other information. So in this case, when you are provided with only the old ratio and you are asked that one of the partners retires, so in this case, if A is retiring, so the rest will be continuing. That means B, C and D are called the continuing partners. For them, the new profit sharing ratio, in order to calculate it, it's one of the easiest methods of calculating the new PSR. What you have to do is, whoever is retiring, you hide his share. The remaining will be the new profit sharing ratio. So the new profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1, and Children, the same will be your gaining ratio also. Similarly, in case B, old profit sharing ratio is given 4:3:2:1, and the question says who is retiring? B. So in case when B retires, we will hide the share of B, the rest will be the new profit sharing ratio, and the same will be, this is the new profit sharing ratio between, when B retires, the new profit sharing ratio will be between A, C and D, and the same will be the gaining ratio also. In third condition, once again we will write the old PSR. It is 4:3:2:1. Now C is retiring. So when C is retiring, the remaining means A, B and D will be the continuing partners. We will hide the share of C. So 4:3:1. This is your new ratio as well as gaining ratio. Similarly, in case of D, we will write the old ratio. It is 4:3:2:1, and then D retires. So in case D retires, A, B and C will be the continuing partners. We'll hide the share of D. The remaining is our new PSR as well as the gaining ratio. So this is one of the conditions. We'll see the second case now. The second case where I have taken three partners A, B and C. They are sharing profits and losses in the ratio 3:2:1. Question says that B decides to retire and his share is taken over by A and C equally. Children, in the previous case we were only provided with the old ratio, but here it also says that besides the old ratio, what is the old ratio? Old ratio is 3:2:1. Besides this, the question says that B wants to retire. So what is his share? B is retiring. So what is the share of B? The share of A is 3/6, B is 2/6, C is 1/6. So what is the share of B? 2/6. Partners have decided, the partners who? A and C, that they want to take over the share of B equally. That means A will take half of this share, so 2/6, and B will take half of this share. That means 2/12 has been taken by A and 2/12 has been taken by C. So in this case, what will be the gaining ratio? How much has A gained? 2/12. How much has B gained? 2/12. So your gaining ratio, sorry, not B, C. So your gaining ratio will be 2/12 is to 2/12 or 1:1. Similarly, the new profit sharing ratio will become A, who was having earlier how much? 3/6. He has got 2/12 from B. So if you add it, it will be 12 as the LCM. 2, 3 2s are 6 plus 2, that is 8/12 is the new PSR of A. Similarly for C, he was having earlier 1/6 and he has also taken 2/12 from B. So his new PSR now is 4/12. So A is to C is 8/12 is to 4/12. So 8:4 or 2:1. So this is the new profit sharing ratio. Now we will see another case. This is a new case, third case, much similar to the second case itself. Over here, you are said that there are three partners A, B and C sharing profits and losses in the ratio 4:2:1. So this is the old ratio. Now it says that A is retiring. So here I will write A retired. So if he retires, that means what is the share? 4/7, 2/7, 1/7. A is retiring, so the share of A is 4/7 and his share is taken over by B and C in the ratio 3:2. So that means this 4/7 has been taken by B and C in the ratio 3:2. That means B will get 4/7, the share of A, into 3/5, and C will get 4/7 into 2/5. So it is 12/35 and 8 by 35. So children, what is your gaining ratio? Your gaining ratio between A and B is already given to you, 3:2. Although you will be able to get by doing this. 12 is to 35 is to 8 is to 35. So it will be 12 is to 8 or 3 is to 2. So this is your gaining ratio, and your new PSR will be A, sorry, has already retired. We'll be talking about B. He was having 2 by 7 earlier. He is getting 12 by 35. This is his share which he got from A. So the new PSR will be 10 plus 12, that is 22 by 35. This is the new share of B. Similarly for C, 1 by 7, and he has got 8 by 35. So it will be 5 plus 8, 13 by 35. So the new profit sharing ratio between them will be 22:13. So this is how, children, we calculate the new PSR and gaining ratio in case of retirement or death of a partner. Hope this video will help you in calculating the new profit sharing ratio and gaining ratio in case of both the chapters of retirement and death. Please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe the channel Accountancy Point. Thank you.